Hello everyone. This is Professor Gautam from Sai Vidya Institute of Technology. I welcome you all for today's session. But before starting today's session, I express my sincere thanks to Virtual Lab developed by Ministry of Education under the National Mission on Education through ICT, and also our sincere thanks to NITK, IITs, and NITs. So today I am going to teach you how to conduct crushing test on aggregate using virtual lab portal developed by NITK. Before going to today's test, let us have some points. So in this test, we are using the aggregate size which will pass through 12.5 mm sieve and retained on 10 mm sieve. And the apparatus required for this test is crushing machine, which will look like this. And we need sieves of size 12.5 mm, 10 mm and 2.36 mm. And we need cylindrical mold, plunger and tamping rod as shown in the diagram. We need this cylindrical mold, we need this plunger, and we need this tamping rod in order to conduct the test. With this, we need weighing balance also. After keep ready with this apparatus, we can start the experiment in the actual lab. But here I am going to show how to do the experiment through virtual lab. This is the virtual lab setup. Here compression testing machine is there, weighing balance is there, cylindrical mold is there. Let us start with step number 1. In the step number 1, you just weigh aggregate for about 3500 gram. For that, you just switch on the weighing machine, keep a bowl on that, tear it, and pour aggregates into the bowl. Make it approximately 3500 gram. Second step, as I already said, here we have to use the aggregate which is passing through 12.5 mm sieve and retained on 10 mm sieve. Therefore, you have to do the arrangement. Above the pan, keep 10 mm sieve. Above the 10 mm sieve, you just keep 12.5 mm sieve and pour aggregates into it. Close it with the lid and keep it under sieve shaking machine. Close the lids. Switch on the sieve shaker. Okay, now move to the next step. Just remove the clamps. Now you have to use the aggregate which is passed through 12.5 mm sieve and retained on 10 mm sieve. This aggregate you have to use for our crushing test. Now you just weigh the crushing mold and note the weight. Here the weight is 788 gram. Aggregate used here is retained in sieve. How much? It is 10 mm sieve. Now you have to put this aggregate which is passed through 12.5 mm sieve and retained on 10 mm sieve into this cylindrical mold in 3 layers. Each layer should be tampered by 25 blows. I'm going to insert first layer. Each layer is subjected to 25 strokes using the tamping rod. So I am going to give 25 number of blows. So second layer. Again I will give 25 number of blows and I'm going to insert last layer, third layer, and again I am going to give 25 number of blows. If any aggregates is out of the mold, you just trim it. Tamping is done to obtain better compaction between the aggregate. Yes, of course it is a correct answer. Now let us move to the next step. Now you have to weigh this aggregate with the mold. Switch on the machine, tear it, keep this mold plus aggregate on the weighing machine. Note down the weight. Weight is 3343 gram. After that, you go to the next step. Keep it under the platform. Above this mold plus aggregate, you keep a plunger to apply a load. Now this entire assembly, you have to keep it under compression testing machine. Okay. Now you have to adjust the machine to touch the cylinder and plunger in the proper position. See, I'm just adjusting the machine in order to touch the plunger. Now it has been touched. I will just hook it. Okay, now here it is very important in the crushing test. You have to apply 40 tons of load such that 4 tons per minute. That means 40 tons you have to apply at the end of 10 minutes. 40 tons per 10 minutes you have to apply at a rate of how much? 4 tons per minute. Now I will just adjust for the same. I will switch on the machine. Now I will switch off it. I will go to the next step. Okay, now I will unclamp this. I will unload this. Now I will take the mold out. Now the material is crushed under 40 ton of load. You have to remember that. Okay, remove plunger, and whatever aggregate which is crushed under 40 ton of load should be sieved through 2.36 mm sieve. So I will pour entire aggregates into 2.36 mm sieve and I will put it in sieve shaker. I'll switch on the machine. Now you have to wait, which is passed through 2.36 mm sieve and retained on pan. This aggregate weight you have to take. For that, you will just switch on the weighing machine, tear it, and I will put this aggregate here. And I'm going to record the weight as how much? 986 gram. Go to next step. Here, empty weight of the cylinder is 788 gram. Weight of cylinder with the aggregate is 3343 gram. And weight of aggregate passing through 2.36 mm is 986 gram. And you can check the crushing value by using this formula. W3 is how much? 986 divided by W2 is 3343 minus of W1 is 788. You can check out. It is 38.59%. If you multiply it by 100, it will convert to percentage. That will be equal to 38.59. You can check your answer here. This is a correct answer. And this is how you have to conduct crushing test on aggregate. Thank you guys. We will meet in the next session with another experiment on highway materials. Thank you.